Tears of the Kingdom is a massive game, and like Breath of the Wild, after the tutorial area you can head off in any direction, which can be overwhelming, and there are extra things you can miss. We're here to help you navigate the starting area and get you ready for exploring Hyrule worry-free. Just keep in mind this covers the first 2 to 3 hours of the game, so early game spoiler warning here for Tears of the Kingdom. After the beginning scripted section where you can't really deviate from the path, you're plopped down in the Great Sky Islands. You're going to want to first pick up the Broken Master Sword, push the switch to open the door, and make your way through the tunnels. This decayed Master Sword has very low durability, and if it breaks, it doesn't recharge. But it's not a huge deal, you will pick up other equipment very soon. Right before seeing the outside world, there's a treasure chest with a piece of armor inside waiting for you here, and it's easy to overlook. Since the starting area enemies aren't pushovers, having extra armor reduces damage taken from half a heart to quarter heart, and you won't need to use as many healing items, so don't miss it. Then head out into the Great Sky Island's main area, diving into the large pond below. Get yourself acclimated to the controls and explore this small island for a couple tree branches and mushrooms. If you beat the construct on the left down the stairs, you can nab its more powerful wooden stick on the altar behind it. Head over to the right and grab the Purah Pad from the Steward Construct, look around for more loot, then go out to the platform and dive off into the pond below. From here you can explore the immediate area for a bit, scrounging materials, cooking, and getting yourself acclimated to combat if you'd like. The end goal though is to approach the Temple of Time, so after you've gotten your fill of exploring this area, you can run from or take out the guard with the shield, and go ahead and approach the main building. After a short cutscene, Rauru will point you in the right direction towards your very first shrine. But let's first explain the layout of what's happening now. While the multiple islands and land formations can be disorienting, your path right now is a counterclockwise trip to several shrines around the island going higher and higher, unlike the Great Plateau in Breath of the Wild, which allowed shrines to be completed in any order. There are going to be several optional side areas along the way that you're welcome to explore and loot as well, but we'll be focusing on the main path and getting you finished on the Great Sky Island. Just remember, everything here can be easily revisited later with better traversal options, so there's no massive rush to figure out this entire island if you'd rather progress the story. Go ahead and head to the first shrine on the right, and take out this archer to get your first bow, cross the river, climb up the rock, and enter Uku Shrine. Once you've entered the shrine, you'll receive the Ultrahand ability. Build the bridges and platforms to complete the challenge, or just figure out your own way to complete it. After coming back out, either on the right side, Ultrahand a bridge together, or on the left side, ride the railing over to the other side. I recommend nabbing the stone axe that's next to the construct, as axes to cut down trees whenever you want is nice to have right now. Again, at any point along the way here, you're welcome to explore around, cook, and play with things in the environment. You'll want to make your way down to the large pond to continue on, and here you can find a bunch of logs and a sail, perfect for building a boat. Go ahead and use your new Ultrahand to lift and piece together your boat and sail across to the other side. From here, head up the hill and into the next shrine in Issa Shrine. This is where you'll learn the next ability, Fuse. This allows Link to attach various materials and equipment to your weapon. So go ahead and fuse your sword or shield, then go ahead and parry through the rubble by holding ZL and pressing A, or knock it down with your fused boulder sword. To the right, there's a bow and fire fruit all around. Draw your bow, fuse the fire fruit by pressing D-pad up, then shoot the dry vines to get your key. Unlock the door and head to the next room, where you'll need to up your combat prowess. There's extra equipment to fuse on both right and left sides of you. The spikes on the left provide the biggest attack boost when fused, but to beat this enemy easily, try to light the dry tinder around it, and don't burn yourself in the process. Once you beat the construct, you're good to go, and head out of the shrine. Once you head out, you'll be given your signature energy cell belt, which can be used to power Zonai devices. From here, head down the stairs and to the right. There will be constructs to beat, but also a ton of options to fuse with, so go ahead and experiment with whatever you'd like. Keep heading east through the enemies and into the cavern called Pondside Cave, and make your way through the tunnels. In here, there's a bunch of materials to collect and pesky keys. Make sure you have some rock or boulder fused weapons to destroy the black ores. You'll also come across your first bubble frog. These frogs don't do any damage, but have bubble gem rewards you will need later in the game. So go ahead and try to shoot its head if you can, and defeat it so you can free the little bloopy inside it. Near the end of the cave, don't miss the chest on the left side, the archaic tunic to complete your outfit and get a bit more defense. Once you're outside again, this will be a similar situation to before, where you have a large lake to traverse and some parts to build with Ultrahand. Use logs and fans to build yourself a boat. The most important thing while building is that it must be symmetrical, since it's designed off of real-world physics. Things that are not even will cause the boat to tilt in odd directions, so make sure you keep the boat even before you take off. Hit the boat with your weapon to engage the engine, and float on over to the other side. When you make it, go ahead and make your way up the staircase. The main goal is to go south up the hill and find a dark cavern. Here you can build your first mine cart. Attach the fan onto the cart and make your way inside the mining cave. Since it gets dark, you'll have to use bright bloom seeds. You can use your bow to fuse and shoot them, but that takes up durability and arrows. The best way is to throw them. Hold R to ready to throw, hold D-pad up to find the bright bloom, then release the D-pad to ready to throw and release it. You'll eventually find the forge with Steward Constructs working. You can open their shop, but right now it's not entirely recommended to purchase any of these items. The Zonai charges can be good if you need more currency for machine parts later from the gumball machine, but the crystallized charge is expensive and doesn't provide benefits right now, so it's recommended to skip. Head toward the cave opening and grab the 3 fans next to the construct. Take the cart over to the tracks and then open the menu and drop a fan you just got and attach it. This will take you to the next area above you. This area can be explored a bit, including the Gashapon machine directly in front of you, which will take Zonai charges you may have collected so far. I recommend you pull once or twice to get some extra machine parts to build with later. The fans and portable pot should be self-explanatory, but you can also get flame emitters, which can be attached to shields or weapons to spit flames at enemies. Make your way east towards a small cave, but make sure to grab the spicy pepper outside the cave opening before you head in, and grab more inside. These are used to cook cold-resistant dishes, which you will need. Cook them up in the stove at the front. I recommend making 2 to 3 meals worth of spicy peppers, then head up the pit cave tunnels to the left. Once you reach the top opening, you'll be greeted by a bitter cold breeze. Go ahead and pop that cold resistant meal. Make your way northeast and you may see a cave opening and construct in battle with choo-choos. Head into the cave and head up the slope. You may run into likes, which are weak to fire. Either use fire fruits or your flame emitter to open their weak spot and give it a good whacking. When you get outside again, wrap around and head uphill going north. You'll end up in a grove with trees and axes. If needed, fuse the stones to weapons you have or any sharp weapons and cut down 3 to 4 trees. Ultrahand them together, then build a ladder and turn it into the groove of the icy hillside you see in front of you. Walk to your left and you've got your 3rd shrine, Gutenbach Shrine. You'll now get your 3rd ability, Ascend. This is a fairly straightforward ability, letting you rise through solid matter above you. Just ascend through the outcrops on the wall in front of you. Cut down the ropes to the bridge, then ascend it to reach the top. Ascend through the final platforms and make your way to the goal. Now that you have Ascend, head underneath the wooden platform in front of you and ascend through it to reach the next area. Inside the tree in front of you, you can nab the nifty archaic warm greaves, letting you freely explore in the cold without using meals now. You can nab some more parts from the gacha machine on your upper right, but your goal now is to head back to the Temple of Time using the runway you see on your left. Go ahead and use the glider and slide it into the runway to hitch a ride. While you don't have full control of it, you can nudge the glider in different directions by stepping on different sides of it if it starts going off course. Since you don't have a paraglider still, go ahead and dive into the lake and swim to shore and open the Temple of Time. From here, the final ability Recall, which you can use to traverse and climb the moving wheels in front of you. Go ahead and try to open the final door. Unfortunately, because you need 4 hearts, you'll need to do one last shrine to open the door. Do as Rauru says and teleport to the Room of Awakening. You'll find the revolving wheels again, so ascend up the platform to the right of the wheels and make your way across to the other side. In this chamber, you'll find the final shrine, the Choya Shrine. Go ahead and jump on the rafts and use Recall on them to move forward and make your way up the waterfall. You can nab the chest on your left if you want, but to make it through the final door, you'll have to time Recall on either clock hand to make them match the direction of the other and keep the door open for you. Collect your final Blessing of Light. When you're back outside, hustle your way back to the door you had trouble with earlier at the Temple of Time. Talk to the goddess statue to get your 4th heart, open the door and you're at the home stretch. Head along broken platforms in front and ascend when you're underneath the next portion. Then interact with the pedestal to see what happens to the Master Sword. You are now finally ready to explore the world below, but you might be asking yourself, wait, where's my paraglider? While you are completely free to explore wherever you want once you have touched solid ground, we highly recommend you do a couple more errands first before you head off onto your next adventure. First, follow the quest marker to the town in front of Hyrule Castle, and make your way inside Lookout Landing, the central hub in Tears of the Kingdom. From here, you will initiate lots of important quests, so I recommend getting a lay of the town and talking to folks to get yourself situated. What you need to do is head to Purah's office at the main entrance and start the next part of the quest, to look for Captain Hawes. Head straight forward to the castle and definitely unlock Kyonosis' shrine on the right side on the way there. Go up the main winding path up to the first gatehouse. Captain Hawes is actually quite hidden here. Find him on the 2nd story of this gatehouse outside by climbing or ascending. Go ahead and have a chat with him, and a short cutscene will occur. Once you're done, teleport back to Kyonosis' shrine and speak with Purah again. She'll now explain how Skyview towers work, and start fixing your first one. All the Skyview towers will be unlocked to use, and you'll get your nifty paraglider. Once you go for your first test flight, dive back down to Purah below and she'll set you up with the waypoints for your main quest line. After that, you're finally ready to tackle Tears of the Kingdom with all the main tools you'll need. The world is truly your oyster. Go out, talk to people, explore the vast world, and defeat the great evil out there. If this video helped you get your feet on the ground, let us know. We will have a slew of content for Tears of the Kingdom, so to keep up with Link's latest adventure, stay tuned here on GameSpot.